Introducing the all-new Corolla.
Last year, the Archdiocese of Agana collected $83,000 in annual appeals. The money is used to support chaplains to the Guam Memorial Hospital, the Department of Corrections, the Department of Youth Affairs, and to help seminarians for Guam. This year, the Archdiocese has set a new goal, asking for $253,000, a 200% increase. Tim Rohr is a close observer of the Catholic community and maintains a blog on its activities.
So people are naturally really upset, and now the priests are too. About 60-something% of it will go to the Redemptoris Mater Seminary. And then the other is going to go to pay for some chaplains and other priest needs and so on. The reason for the massive increase, we're not sure.
The Archdiocese is not required to actually provide an accounting of how the funds are used to parishioners, and Rohr says that since there is no accountability at the Chancery office, most Catholic parishioners are left wondering exactly how the money is being spent.
Or is it truly going just for their education? We don't know, and people are beginning to ask these questions because it's becoming very obvious that something's up, that you need to increase our libation, our taxes really, by 200%.
This is separate from their weekly donations or their monthly donations. This is not the same thing.
That's a really good question, because already we have the regular Sunday collection. Sometimes we have two collections. We know that 10% of those weekly collections, on average, 10% already goes to the Chancery.
To add to the vague explanation, says Rohr, other church people have recently discovered that the seminarians at the Redemptoris Mater Seminary may not end up serving as priests on Guam after all.
Historically, it's always been for raising money to help educate seminarians, future priests for Guam. Now, obviously, the Chancery has legitimate expenses they need to fund and payrolls and those, so nobody's really complaining about that. But the 200% increase in the annual appeal is really what, on top of what we already give to the Chancery, without any accountability, without any true stewardship back to us. People are just getting to the point where they've had enough, and as I mentioned, some of the pastors now are beginning to speak up.
While the Archdiocese calls the annual appeals for 2014 a goal, Rohr contends it sounds like more of a demand.
And pastors are, where are we going to get that money? And essentially, the Archdiocese has told them, if you don't raise the funds, the required funds, by this amount of time, we're going to give you a little extra time, but the inference is that they're going to have to take it from the funds they would normally use for their other parish activities, maintaining the church and parish grounds and other activities.